Have you ever thought of a way to get rid of or handle a situation? And if you have, what was the systematics behind it? What made me think about this is when I keep getting presented with the same challenges, it just reminds me that there's more I have to do in this situation. There's more that I have to learn, and I need to come up with a better way of managing this challenge. Therefore, I'm going to talk about how I get rid of toxic people, okay? Now, commonly, I'm just laughing. Uh, this is just funny to me. Okay, let me stop. All right. Whew, calm down. Okay. I'm just laughing, y'all, because it's just so typical how these people show up, and when you begin to pick up on the patterns, you begin to see like all these people are the same. They're just carrying the same spirit. It's very familiar. And all these people pretty much have these same defense mechanisms and same issues. They're egomaniacs, they care about their appearance, they seek external validation. So once you pick up on these things, you kind of know like how to get them to act out of character so you can distance yourself. And that's like my main strategy behind like giving a toxic person rope and letting them reveal themselves to me without even them knowing that I'm like playing the game with them. Well, it's not really a game, but I call it a game because they think they're the ones that's good at playing the game, when reality is like I'm not playing the game. I designed the game. You know what I mean? Like you walked in here thinking you got one on me, but the whole time it's just kind of like I'm just trying to fill out whether or not you trying to play me. Okay. So when I notice what are the main like toxic traits with these kind of individuals is they get jealous. And it's the most common thing I pick up on because jealousy means you have a fear of losing someone, right? It's not envy, because jealous and envy is two different things. Envy is you want something you want something someone else have, right? But jealousy is you're afraid of losing the person. So when you're at the hands of dealing with a jealous person, they're going to try to do everything they can to ease their insecurities of losing you. And how do a jealous person ease themselves from feeling more comfortable of not losing you? They take up all your time. They try to monopolize your time as much as possible. They will constantly want to hang out with you. They constantly want to know what you're doing, becoming a monitoring spirit. They get mad at you if you don't text them back right away. They get mad at you if you don't pick up the phone right away. They get mad at you if you don't respond back to their text messages fast enough. They constantly find ways to make you strip away your autonomy for them because they're afraid of you losing you. And this is the main key factor early on in like toxic connections. This is what I use to like distance myself from them, because when it gets to this point, you have to set boundaries. And when you set these boundaries, trust me guys, like leave a comment, like this video if you understand where I'm coming from, because these people, they will push and press, and it gets to a point where you have to set boundaries with them, because now you're disrupting what I got going on. They disrupting what you got going on, and they know it, and they doing it on purpose because they want to see how far they can go. And this is where when you set the boundaries with them, you already know they're going to be clowning on you. They're going to start manipulating you. They're going to start doing all these things to turn your no into a yes. They're going to take offenses to it. They're going to think you're betraying them. They're going to start playing all these mind games to make you give up your life and your autonomy and your identity and your authenticity to them. And once you set the boundary and you start to see them acting like this, the next thing you can do, because they're already showing you what they are and what they're about. They don't care about you. They don't have your best interest at heart. That's why they acting like this, because they saw you as something that can gain out of you. They don't value you. Okay, so that tells you what the whole connection was about. It's about the access and what you gave them. It wasn't about them valuing you at all. Otherwise, they would back up on their own. Because it's, like we can all do this, but the difference is I can reach out to somebody, and if they don't answer the phone, after one or two times, then I'll stop. But these people, they will keep going. They will keep bugging you, asking you, reminding you constantly, like a child constantly asking you for this toy the whole time you're in a grocery store. And then here's where it comes into play. You set the boundary with them. Now, when you set the boundary with them, they're going to play dumb. They're going to say, oh, that's not my intentions. They're going to play the victim, or just play stupid, because they're not going to take accountability. They're not going to understand why you setting boundaries with them. Why are you distancing yourself from them? They just see it as there's something wrong with you because you're not feeding into their fragile ego and image. So when you said it, that's when they get upset. And this is where I block them, right? But before I block them, I let them know crystal clear. Okay, you start with the when you do this, it makes me feel like this statement, right? Because you don't want to give them anything where they can twist stuff around. Okay, so you tell them, when you do this, it makes me feel like this. And then after that statement, you say what you're going to do afterwards. So my main line with this, because people like this is clingy. That's like my first red flag in like figuring out whether somebody has my best interest at heart or if they align with my values, is if they start getting clingy with me. This is the most, you got to figure out what your common theme is with energy vampires. What do they do? Mine's is the clinginess, constantly feeling like you're entitled to my space. So I mastered like that. That's my main thing when it comes to people. So you got to figure out what yours is, and then create a method to get them up out of your life. So after the I statement, I tell them basically like, here's what I'm doing, aka this is how I'm showing you that I have control of the pace of this connection and what I want to do with this. So after I tell them that, I tell them, when I'm available, I will get back to you. Available, right? Available don't mean time. Available mean, it can mean many different things. Not if I got time for it. Do I have the mental space for you? Do I have the emotional space for you? you know so whatever that might mean in them, it does not matter. But when I say, when I'm available, I will get back to you. So when I give them space to be crystal clear in my communications and what they're doing and what I need from them right now, because you want to challenge them, you want to make them see if they can carry the emotional weight of the connection, which they're not. They're going to fail. So once you set the boundary with them, or that's how I handle it, 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, like 99% of the time when I do stuff like this, it ends up with them showing me that they're trying to control me. So what happens here is, once I tell them I need, when I'm available, I'll get back to them. I need my space. I'm feeling smothered. They'll give me space, but it's them trying to initiate the pace of it, the relationship or the connection all over again. So it's like I said, when I tell the individual, when I'm available, I will get back to you. That don't mean you choose when you want to speak to me again. It means the ball is in my court. It means don't reach out to me. I'll reach out to you. And here's the part where they fell at, because they can't stand, because that anxiety of the fear of losing a person, because they're so jealous that they can't sit with me having the space and the autonomy and the connection to reach out to them when I feel comfortable. So what they end up doing, they break the damn boundary, y'all. They break the boundary. Okay. And then when they break it, they will message me or Yeah, they message me and then they'll try to like start a fight with me. Or they'll say like, I don't understand what the problem is. And when they do that, I just block them. I'm done. Because I already told you how I felt and I told you what I needed and you can't give it to me, which tells me that this friendship is one-sided. You don't have my best interest at heart and you're just using me to boost your self-esteem. Good riddance. Goodbye. And that is how you play chess with a manipulative person. You got to come equipped with a policy. Just like you getting hired at jobs, how they give you this policy you have to follow. What are the consequences? This is what you have to do to boundary violators. You got to figure out what you're going to do with them before they figure out what they're going to do with you, because they know their job very well. Their job is to find loopholes, find microscopic holes in your boundaries. That's their job. Your job is to shut it down. Say what you mean. And when they don't follow through with it, you follow with actions. You block them. And then once you get them out of your life, you cannot bring them back. You cannot give them another chance because they're betting and hoping that you will let them back in. And then a lot of times, depending on how you handle this person, like if you just tell them how it is and you set the boundary and then they violate it, just don't even talk to them no more. Don't even explain nothing. Don't argue into them. Don't give them any of your energy because they're just draining your energy anyway. They're just finding a way to get your attention. And then when you get rid of them, it's important to get rid of all the associates, the mutual friends. Do what you got to do to get them up out of your life. But that's how I handle toxic people. So the main thing is you need to figure out what is your niche for what people drain you for. Like, how is that being revealed to you? For me, it's the feeling smothered. That's like the most common thing for me in these connections. You know, if for you, it might be it could be them downplaying you or saying rude things. It just all depends. But to me, it's just them trying to take up my space and just feeling like they're entitled to say what they want, get what they want. And I'm just like, whoa, 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 slow down, baby. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You're moving too fast. You need to take it down a few pegs. But I hope this video is relatable to you guys. I'm going to continue to make content like this because I really do feel like I can bring some great insight on this. Love y'all. See y'all later. Leave a comment below. How do you handle stuff like this? What is your niche when it comes to these energy vampires? What is the most common thing they get you for? Like, what is your common red flag? And what's your systems behind getting rid of them? Okay? All right. Peace. Bye.